Let's look at another quadratic equation that we can solve by undoing. This will be example 2. So here's the quadratic equation. Negative 2 times in parentheses x plus 6 squared minus 10 equals 0. Again, we see that x is just in one location in the equation. That means that we can isolate it by undoing. We will start by undoing the minus 10 by adding 10 on both sides. Rewriting, we get negative 2 times x plus 6 squared equals positive 10, because 0 plus 10 is 10. Then we divide both sides by negative 2 to get rid of the negative 2 in front. We're left with x plus 6 squared equals, and 10 divided by negative 2 is negative 5. So, getting a little more space here, the next step would be to take the square root of both sides to undo the power of 2, to undo the squaring. When we do that, we're left with just x plus 6 on the left side. And then we have, let's see, it would be plus or minus, positive or negative, square root of negative 5. Now, the square root of negative 5, if you think this through and remember what it really means to take a square root. When we're taking a square root, we're thinking to ourselves, what number would we multiply by itself to get negative 5 as a result? And if you think about it, you can't take a number and multiply it by itself and get a negative result. Because a positive number times itself, a positive times a positive is positive. A negative number times itself, a negative times a negative, is also positive. So there's no way we can multiply a number by itself and end up with negative 5 for an answer. So what that means is that the square root of negative 5 is something that at this point we can't find. We don't know what it's equal to. So we would say that this quadratic equation that we started with has no real solution. We will talk about later on how we can have what we call complex or imaginary solutions, but for now, if you ever end up with the square root of a negative number as part of your solving process, we have to settle for the fact that there is no real solution to our quadratic equation.